It's Monday morning. And we're just doing a little bit of finishing up with things, getting some dirt pushed in to frame in the gravel driveway. Mitch and I are going to get started on doing the trusses here in just a minute. So it's going to be a pretty good busy day. This is a time lapse installing the trusses. So I am just going to kind of call out what's happening here as I see it. Right now, the truss we're working on is the girder truss, and that is the one that goes over the shear wall. That's going to transfer side to side strength all the way up to the peak of the roof. And you'll see a closer, better shot of that later in the video. And you see me, I have a Senko palm nailer, and I am nailing A34 Simpson brackets to the bottom of the girder truss to the top of the shear wall. And those brackets go every 18 inches, or every 16 inches. So now we're going to be installing the rest of the trusses over the guest bath, laundry, and master bedroom areas. And typically what we do is we'll flip one truss up, slide it over into position, and then we nail some boards. On each side are the bird blockings at 22.5 inches, and then we have a top rim board that we nail in between the two trusses, the one we're installing and the one immediately before that, and that will also be 22.5 inches. So in between each truss there is a whole bunch of nailing that has to happen. And then we nail on some items in preparation for the next truss. So we are using the 12-foot long 2x3 pole with a hooked half-inch piece of rebar that we bent, screwed in on top. And that is how we lift each truss up into position. And so it's just a little bit of a production line where we do one, complete the installation, and then do the next one and repeat the process over. 27 trusses total, I believe it was. Some trusses take a little more time than others. Sometimes it's because we have to move things around, like our chop saw table or tables or lumber that is laying out on the floor. As we progress along the roof, different things all of a sudden become in the way. So we got a lot done today. We got the whole roof set up for trusses. You can see the triangle pattern in the trusses to support the roof line. You can see how we use the pull to move the trusses into position and then tilt them up there. So we have a pretty good system that we work together using to accomplish a task. Having two people definitely makes things move a lot faster, because there would be so much running back and forth with one person. To start off the installation, Mitch was gone for a few days and it was just me, and in that time I only got 3 trusses up, but that's also in part because the excavation crew was working away. So I found myself spending a lot of time doing that project. So this here is the end wall truss. It looks like a girder truss, and it is, but it's not a heavy girder truss. And this will have plywood going all the way up to that, and then we still have another second roof line on the side wall coming this way from that will have a 45-degree slope, and you'll see that in a later video. So we have 3 more trusses that need to be installed after this. The way we stabilized that is, right now I'm putting about 6 nails along the side there, on each side of the truss to the top plate. And then if you look up to the ceiling, you see a 2x4 nailed from the last solidly mounted truss out to this end truss, and that is what's holding it in place now. Also, if you look at the edge of the wall to the left, you'll see a 2x4, not the one leaning against the wall, but the one nailed to the wall, and that extends all the way up and is kind of a stop for the truss, so that truss rests flush against the top plate of the outer edge of the wall. So now we're just kind of tipping the rest of the trusses up and coming this way. So we'll just get the rest of the trusses up in position, and then we will pop a nail through that 2x4 coming across the top of the roof. That'll hold them in position, and then we will position them along our layout marks on the side walls. So you can see Mitch is climbing up there right now to install the ridge rafters. And you see the thin board 2x6s in a straight line at the peak of the roof, each truss coming straight down the center. And that's what Mitch is working on right now. Then I'm running side to side doing the bird blocking, which is essentially the same thing. There you go. We have all the trusses are in place. Mitch is acrobatically putting up the last top brace. So you can see all the trusses up there. Need a cat's paw. I have one if you can catch it. Your outside's not nailed on. I guess that's why. Got it? I got it. Here's your cat's paw.
I don't need it.
No, it's yours. Catch it. So there you go. That's the trusses inside. See all the bird blocking on the outside. Siding will go up to that, and there'll be some 1x2 trim along the bottom edge of that. Hold the ladder for Mitch. This is what the parking area ended up looking like. Here's the girder truss over the shear wall, and these are the scissor trusses. So this family room will have a higher ceiling, and it is also going to be open here. We have to remove the wall from here all the way across to there and put a beam in. And this is all going to be one large open family room and kitchen. There's Puget Sound, view from the deck. You see all the rafter tails and the bird blocking. So, very good day of work. There's our cross bracing. Our doors came in. So I think we just got the doors, not the windows.
Yeah. Alright, I go.
Yeah. Okay, see you tomorrow. So yeah, that's what it looks like. It's looking very nice. Looking more like a house. Okay, so this is the view of the trusses with the Galaxy S7. I can kind of see the structure of the trusses, the triangles that are in there. I'm going to head up over here and get a look the other direction. And there you can see the trusses from up above here. And there's the yard, parking court, auto court, whatever they call it. Walk a little farther over this way. So yeah, very cool. Okay, I'm gonna go put some stuff away here real quick.